Hello everyone, welcome back to my top 10 choices from the 2015 7-day roguelike challenge. This one is number 8 and it's called Phage. This is a roguelike which takes an idea, which I'll show you as we head into new game here. It takes an idea which has been attempted at least a couple of times before by other games. A couple of years or so ago there was a game called Possession in the 7DRL challenge of that particular year, which dealt with a similar kind of concept. And the concept is this: slaying an enemy and then possessing its body. Now, in Possession, I think you had to actually possess an enemy before you quite killed it, but it did have to be weak. In Phage, you kill an enemy and then you sort of reanimate the carcass. And it's a very simple idea, and those are the only... movement is the only command. So it has hex movement using Q, W, E, A, S, and D for the 6 directions, which I've come to think of as Quiast. So, we're moving around using Quiast here, and let's go and attack this little green pixie-like thing over here. Now, with this sort of turquoise snake, the Phage, didn't do very well, that was too tough for us. So we are this turquoise snake, the Phage. Aha! Off to the east side there's a yellow frog. That's more the kind of thing we're looking for at this early stage. And we can only take a couple of hits before we die in our pure Phage form. So, as soon as possible, we need to... Oh dear. Usually you can take frogs. I was careless. We need to grab another form of life as quickly as we can. Because... you will notice that in the bottom left corner it says exposed phage is weak, find stronger hosts. And that's a lot of what the game's about. Not... frog. Okay. So pressed spacebar there to wait instead of plunging in and taking a hit. So let's take the frog. Yeah. So now we're a frog, as you can see. I think that's meant to be a frog. Maybe it's something a lot more frightening than that. Not sure. Could be a severed hand or something. I don't know. This spidery, crabby thing is a lot stronger, so we'll try and take that. Come on, there we go. Killed the frog, but our raw phage did manage to take it over. So we're being a stalker now, and the stalker's reasonably strong. Now, finding a stronger host is one of the 2 objectives. The other objective is to kill all the Terran life. That means people, and I think it also means dogs, because there are some dogs around. So here we see this compound. Of course, the maps are procedurally generated, so the compound isn't always in the same place. And there could actually be more than one. I've never successfully finished Phage, so I can't guarantee there isn't more than one human compound. But you can see the humans are very distinct from the other alien life on this planet. And our mission is to kill the humans and, I suspect, also their dogs. We are, according to the developer's notes, we, the Phage, are kind of a bioweapon which has been unleashed. So that's what we're doing here. We're performing our bioweaponly duty. Kill the human. There we go. And now we can become a human. And the controls are very simple because it's just Quiast to move and space to wait. There are no other commands, no inventory, no special powers. So it can seem, at first, like it's very, very simple. There's a dog, let's kill the dog. And that was my concern at first. But the way the game is designed is conducive to more depth than it initially seems to suggest. So, for instance, not only do we have to kill creatures to upgrade them, but as we move around, as time passes... Kill the human... Yeah, just about. As time passes, we find that we take hits gradually over time. So the phage's host body deteriorates as it remains, as the phage remains in residence, as it were. So not only are you trying to kill the Terran life, but you're trying to do it without wasting too much time. Oh, robot. Robot is a serious problem because... Of course, even once you kill it, you can't use its body because it's not organic. So they're a serious issue. Run away, run away. Yeah, so you can't be too careful. It's like Phage's version of a hunger clock. a lot of roguelikes, especially those inspired more directly by Rogue itself, have a hunger clock where you have to keep pressing on in order to find more food. And if you dawdle too long in one area, you'll start to starve to death. Phage's version of that is the fact that your host body deteriorates over time. So it pushes you constantly to attack more and more and to take some risks, which you would... We're not going to get out of this. Which you would otherwise probably not take if you were being more cautious, but you can't afford to be too cautious. There's also the way it uses the alien life in this jungle forest thing here. You've seen that we take over a frog and then we can take over a stalker, and there are a couple of other forms of life in here. But because of the way that... Oh, is this thing stronger or weaker? Not sure. Yeah, that was an upgrade. Space Monkey, apparently. Because of the way that even the strongest bodies, at least in my experience, can only take a few hits before they're killed, you're constantly... can we get to this thing? Maybe not. Yeah. You're constantly having to find new bodies, which means if you're playing sort of optimally, or at least the way I consider optimally in my experience, you end up occasionally retreating back into this forest after killing off one or two humans in order to sort of rearm yourself with another alien body. Oh god, this isn't good. We're being flanked. So let's try and kill the stalker. There we go. Kill the dog. Yeah, so as your body deteriorates and becomes weaker and no longer able to actually win these combats, you find yourself retreating back into the purple forest to regain an alien body as though it's some kind of ammo supply. So the fact that Phage has this sort of pressure to keep attacking rather than being excessively cautious because your body is deteriorating, and the fact that you can use the alien life forms almost like a resource themselves, and all of this is done with simply movement controls and the spacebar, means that Phage, for me, has a lot more depth than it initially appears, and depth with simplicity is one of the great strengths of a good 7DRL. So this is my number 8 in my top 10 picks of the 2015 7-Day Roguelike Challenge entries. This one is called Phage. Thanks for watching, and rejoin me next time to see my number 7.